Google set to expand even more in Manhattan. That is their building in Chelsea. They're taking on more space. Are they going to surpass Silicon Valley as a tech hub here in New York? That's the question. We'll have that and more right here, right now on Digits. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Simon Constable. Anjali Athavaley joins me on the set now to tell me all about this. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a while since you've been on, so welcome back.
Thanks.
So tell us about this. Well, Google taking even more space.
Yeah, 94,000 square feet in Chelsea Market. They basically hit their limit in the building that they own. They've bumped up against other tenants who are there with existing leases. And what can I say? They're looking for space, and it's an example of how the tech industry, as it expands here, faces real estate issues. There's not that much space here.
Well, there isn't that much space here. There is in deepest Queens, so they could go there. But I guess they want a really cool location. This is, I mean, part of a bigger trend. We're seeing a lot more tech come here, aren't we?
Absolutely. I mean, there's been a boom in the startup industry here. There's also bigger companies that have been increasing their footprint. Google, Facebook, as an example. Google, they're taking a bet on, New York as a tech hub. They have a few thousand employees here. They're not just salespeople; they're engineers too. And the problem with New York is that you don't find the space that you find in Mountain View, right? So,
well, I mean, and don't we know it? I mean, all the desks are sort of very close together in most of the buildings you go here. Now, is it this part of a recruiting thing, do you think? Because a lot of people want to live in New York because it is a lot of, excitement here. They really want to live here. The weather's not so great, but there's a lot of things to do.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain. You walk outside this building, you're in the middle of the city, easy access to Union Square, the West Village, anywhere you want to go. And that is a reason that, you can make the case to an engineer that you're living in New York. You might want to be in Silicon Valley, but why not live on the East Coast?
Well, the weather's not as good, I think. As
no, that's true.
At least part of that, and maybe the surfing's not as good. I know you've been looking at that bit of things. Here's another thing. Is when we look back 10 years ago, the idea that New York would become a tech hub was kind of faintly ridiculous. What do we know what changed, or did just a couple of firms start up and then it just got going?
Well, I think it remains to be seen whether or not this is going to stick. But the difference is this time around is that the city has put some investment behind it. They're backing the building of a Cornell Tech campus on Roosevelt Island, so that's pretty huge. And you have these bigger companies like Google, as I said, expanding their footprint, which it kind of solidifies the base for what you need to grow the startup community.
What is also interesting, we know that the banking industry is very focused in New York, and it's been through a rough time. And I know a lot of people trying to get out of banks, and a lot of those people are engineers, with computing engineers. So maybe is the thought behind this, maybe we could snag some of those guys that can come and program for us too?
They're definitely trying. The tech industry is looking at other big firms as a source of recruitment, as well as startups and a number of other places. But there is still a talent shortage here that is probably worse than what you see on the West Coast. I mean, the West Coast just has more engineering graduates who
I mean, if the talent shortage is worse here than it is there, that presents them with a real problem, because from what I understand, it's really bad on the West Coast.
It's bad everywhere. I mean, generally there is just a shortage of math and science and engineering talent. And I mean, that's another issue. These companies are looking for ways to get people interested early on. But yeah, it's something that's facing the East Coast. And I mean, it's the biggest hurdle in expanding the tech industry here. Where are you going to find the bodies?
People. Where are you going to find the people? People with the brains
yeah, right.
and who can code. That's the big question.